I'm 6 weeks postpartum. She's 6 weeks old. So I want to do a quick recap of everything that happened during my first 6 weeks. So after my whole hemorrhage, postpartum, right post birth, because of it, my first 4 weeks were really hard, and I feel like my recovery was probably harder and longer than most normal people because I had to have a blood transfusion. I was a very low iron and everything. I felt out of it, headache, being lightheaded. So I had to take everything so slowly, but I already plan on doing the 555 method. So you stay in bed for pretty much 2 weeks, which is what I did. So it did help me to just do nothing. I literally did nothing for 2 weeks, even 4 weeks, even 6 weeks. Now I'm starting to do more, but I'm not really doing much at all. Did not walk. The stitches down there were very, very painful because I had 2-degree tear, and she was 9 pounds 2 ounces when she was born, so she was a big one. So it is what it is. So everything was hurting for a long time, longer than expected, but since last week everything is gone. Like, everything is back to normal down there, like the feeling of it, nothing crazy. Because I had a postpartum hemorrhage and the whole thing that happened with my placenta, and they did do a DNC in my uterus post birth. So they took out so much blood, so I actually did not bleed like most women bleed after postpartum. My bleeding was pretty much non-existent, and it is what it is. It was nothing, so that was also great. Never had postpartum blues. I still don't have postpartum depression and anxiety. I know it can still come. I never had any night sweats, never had any crazy mood swing the 3 days post birth. I never really had any of those, so I don't know, I just never had those. Never feel hungry, and I always forget to eat. So that is one thing that is definitely not good postpartum with breastfeeding. Talking about breastfeeding, everything is not going exactly at all how I planned it. I have IGT and a low milk supply, which is unfortunate, and it is absolutely not the way that I planned my postpartum journey and my breastfeeding journey, but it is what it is. I'm still having a hard time, and I'm still having a hard time seeing other women and all their milk and pumping and all this. Like, it's mentally not good for me at all. I don't want to spiral into a depression because of it. I'm still trying to grieve the postpartum journey and the bond that I want, the journey that I thought I would have, because I'm not gonna have it. It is what it is. I have to accept it. It's forced upon me, and so I'm still having a hard time, but I'm trying to look at the positive. I had the feet edema, the swelling of my feet post birth, and I think it was it lasted 10 days. It was absolutely insane. But that was gone, I think, after 10 days. I'm not sure exactly. I don't remember, but it lasted for at least a week. So because of all the pain down there and the recovery, I'm not like, oh, I definitely did not try to like go on walk or anything. I stayed home for 2 weeks, and then I started walking 10 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time, every single day, up to like 30 days postpartum, and to like up every day a little bit because I was very out of breath and everything was hurting down there. So now that I'm 6 weeks postpartum, I've definitely feel better. For the last 2 weeks, I've been going on walks for 30 minutes, all good, no pain. And if I really have anything like I feel lightheaded, that I just sit down. So I definitely took it way easier. The fact that I focus on recovery and on me and on her, I think it helps tremendously. Not having postpartum depression. I'm excited to go work out again, to start everything slowly. I did my pelvic floor physical exercises post birth, so that also helped. So I was pumping and triple feeding and doing everything possible for my breastfeeding journey to go well, and up my milk supply, but nothing is working. So but even though that, she was a big when she was born, and then she lost weight too fast at the beginning. She lost more than 12% of her body weight, which is the reason why we started supplementing, and then we realized and did all the testing for me and my milk supply, and that's when I realized like I have low milk supply. So she has been on formula, on Kendamil. Amazing, she loves it. She's putting on so much weight. She's already 11 pounds, so no problem with that. I feel good because I used Kendamil, and I did my research pre-birth. I knew which one I was gonna use if I ever needed to use it. But she put back on the weight. It took her 3 weeks to get back to her birth weight. You know, feeding her a lot, and now she's just growing super fast. She is tall. She's in the like 90 percentile for height, and then in the 88 percentile or 84 percentile, I don't remember, for her weight. So she's a big one. So even though I have low milk supply and she's basically, we combo feed, but I'm basically formula feeding her, I feel good knowing that she's growing well, she's hitting all her milestone, and she loves the formula, and that makes me happy to see her happy and content. She did have the jaundice flu at the beginning, which was also another cause of like her not eating enough and not pooping enough and everything, but that also went away. TMI, she started lactating at the very beginning, and she stopped like 2 weeks ago. I know it's a rare phenomenon. It's just really funny because I have low milk supply and I'm struggling with mine, and then she started lactating as a newborn. I know it's rare and it can happen, and it's caused by my hormones during the pregnancy or during the breastfeeding. Hopefully that tells that she's gonna be totally fine and she can breastfeed abundantly and perfectly fine as she wants if she decides to, whenever or if the time comes. And lastly, when it comes to sleep, she's been pretty good. She loves to sleep. She goes 4 hours, 5 hours, even 6 hours stretched now at night without food. So I'm following a schedule. I'm following a routine. I'm waking up early, even though I want to snooze. I sleep about 6 to 7 hours at night with all the combined little chunk combined, so that's not too bad. Obviously she doesn't sleep the whole night yet, she's still a newborn, but she sleep in her bassinet, she sleep in her crib. We don't really have any problem with anything, so hopefully will help with transitioning her to sleep through the whole night. But she's still a newborn, so we're not rushing into anything, but that's where we are, 6 weeks postpartum.